So, Soul is a pandemic film that has now been re-released in theaters, only like 1,000 theaters, but it absolutely bombed. It absolutely bombed, and it also follows on from news that Pixar is laying, or Disney is firing 20% of Pixar staff, which is an insanely high amount.
Actually, it's actually closer to 30% if you do the maths. But yeah,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, I did not know this. I did not know this at all. Well, basically, Soul has bombed a lot. I mean, you pulled the numbers up there for this thing. Do you want to reel off some numbers for this, or sort of? Well, I guess we got it there.
Well, actually, there are the numbers right there. Exhibitor relations.
125,000 on a Friday. Holy shit!
Yeah, it didn't do good. I mean, not great. So, yeah. I mean,
That's terrible.
yeah.
That is so bad. That's from Exhibitor Relations as well on
Yeah,
Twitter.
those are the kind of the guys you can count on for real numbers. And I'll just say this: when you look at it at the numbers, you find out that on January 12th, it made 125,000, which is what they're talking about. It averaged $93 per theater. $93. And then on the 13th, it made $170,000. So it averaged $126 a theater. And then
So it's grossed $560,000 in 3 days. So from the 12th to the 15th.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah, and even with the international
massive drop-offs each time as well.
Yeah, even with the international numbers, this film is like a unmitigated disaster, flop, terrible performance thing. It's just, what do you do with it?
I wonder if they would, the deal that they would have had with the theaters would be worse as well.
Yeah, I would have just, if I were an exhibitor, I'd be like, why is this film taking up one of my screens?
You know what? I'd see this as almost them making, because there's long been a theory that Disney wants to fold Pixar into Disney Animation. I mean, it's not exactly like a massively wild theory; it's pretty obvious.
No, it's pretty
and
obvious.
I wonder if they're going to use this as ammunition. Hence, why they're firing 20% of their staff, because they're going to go, well, we re-released it, no one cares, so we're going to have to absorb you now. I reckon that's probably what they're going to do. What do we think?
I think you're right.
They've already been doing it for a while now, so yeah.
What's that all about?
What?
The 30% of staff, you said?
Yeah, the 20%, the number isn't quite right, because I think they said they were releasing 300 of 1,300.
Hey?
I mean, let's where are the numbers? Because yeah, they're going to drop 1,300 to less than 1,000. So I tried to do the maths, and I was like, the math doesn't look right there. So let's see. If I get rid of 300 employees out of 1,300 employees.
I mean, they should just sell it. That's what they should do. They should sell Pixar, because Disney's management of it is utterly abysmal at this point. I mean, they're never going to, but they should. So, yeah, Sarah Perez says sources at the company said the layoffs would be significant and as high as 20%, or reductions that would see Pixar's team of 1,300 drop to less than 1,000 over the coming months. Pixar says those numbers are too high. Rather, the studio said the number of impacted employees is still being determined due to factors like production schedules and staffing for future greenlit films. That is bad. Haven't they? They've greenlit a bunch of Pixar films, haven't they? As well.
Toy Story 8, Frozen 7.
Frozen, yeah.
Well, that's not Pixar, but
yeah, it is. Toy Story is. Toy Story 8.
Not Frozen, though. See, and that's part of the problem, though. There's already a very little differentiation between the companies now. Yeah.
Okay, Sundowners Club is 23%. So, yeah, there you go. 23%. More than 20%.
But this follows on from the head of Pixar basically putting Disney on blast as well. You know, you basically screwed us over. You put them on. You undercut Disney's undercut Pixar as a big screen force, which they absolutely did.
Yeah.
And you've still got. Is it Turning Red and Luca? Have they yet to come out? Or
they have yet to come out. We'll see if they actually do. That'll be
I don't reckon they will. I reckon they.
Turning Red would be next. Luca's last. And I don't think, as there was jokes this morning in another stream I was on, but despite it being a period piece, I still don't think that Turning Red is going to appeal to very many people.
No, that's true.
God. Yeah, I had to steal somebody else's joke and nobody laughed.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny, mate, but never mind.
I quit. I'm done. I stole that joke.
Got him!
At least we don't have.
Well, I mean, this is hilarious. 20% of the staff. I mean, would they have any? They barely have any staff left at this rate. They will barely have a Pixar.
Well, they're kind of redundant at this point too. That's the other problem.
What I don't understand, and I haven't for a long time, is why they didn't keep them two distinctly different brands. And despite the fact that at one point in time, Lasseter was overseeing both, they didn't.
That's why, right there. Well, they did too. That was a problem. I will disagree with you there because there was a lot of people who were confused on like Wreck-It Ralph and a few other movies. They thought they were Pixar just because of Lasseter's touch. It all felt the same. So that's where this uniformity started to begin with. And I felt that both ends, okay, so whatever Disney animation gained, Pixar lost because you had Lasseter stretched so thin. And that's where things like the Good Dinosaur and all that kind of crap happened. In my opinion, anyway. I don't know. You may disagree with that, Culture, but I don't feel like there was much differentiation between what he was doing at Pixar and things like Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that a lot. There is no, like, where does one sort of
one end and one begin? Exactly.
The visual elements was all the same, all just blurred into one. There's no distinguishing factors between the two anymore.
Oh, now, yes, I agree with you.
And I'm saying that started under Lasseter, but that was Bob Iger's fault. I'm not blaming Lasseter. That was his fault for saying, okay, now that I have you here under my roof, why don't you take care of this while you're at it? So not only is he handling the cooking, he's handling the cleaning now too.
Well, but then add to that the fact that basically they were going to start turning over parks projects and some more Imagineering duties to him, because the reason that California Adventure got Radiator Springs with that, Cars land,
right,
basically, was because of him. Everything there, he had a hand in designing and laying out, down to, how the attractions were placed and the city streets were laid out. That was all Lasseter, so.
Yeah, I think they stretched him a bit too thin.
Yeah.
That's probably why he drank
and then they binned him off.
Yeah, that's you should. If you haven't read Film Threat's breakdown of some of that shit, it's kind of interesting, but yeah.
Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. God.
But again, I mean, the follow-up for, any of these films, they look the same now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Elemental looks not that much different than the Inside Out, which now we're getting Inside Out 2. We're getting, and all of these films, and I've mentioned this before, I'll say it again, are about adults working out their bullshit, childish emotion crap in front of an audience, and coming to grips with things they should be talking to their therapist about. I'm getting freaking tired of that being Disney's MO with any of these films, or Pixar or Disney Animation, whoever it is. These films are, how do I deal with this? The new film's got anxiety in it. Fuck, let's put that on kids. It's just dumb.
Well, there's even more of a rumor going around that anxiety is not just all. It's
you got
anxiety from
you
being
might be
non-binary or whatever.
Yeah, you might not know what a 1 or 0 is, apparently.
Oh my God.
It'd be a good time.
Ridiculous.
See if Disney goes there, but I wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Well, they made a whole bloody thing about periods, so
yeah,
I don't doubt they'll do anything else. To be fair,
well, after the Captain Marvel stuff, I'm not going to put anything past them anymore.
No, that's true. That is very true, actually. That is very, very true. Well, look, I mean, there you go. I mean, there's not much else really to say on this, is there? To be honest, it's a shame. I think that Pixar has become what it has, and Disney.
Did I say In and Out? I meant Inside Out. Apparently, I misspeak on this show all the time. Yeah, I don't have that clip yet.
Oh, what, the Cyberpunk one?
Yeah, I don't have that clip yet.
The thing that you definitely didn't say, but definitely did.
I don't think I said it.
I love that clip so much. Anyway, there you go, folks. There you go.